How hard do you have to work to speak fluently? People go to therapy and think that they're now ready to really work hard and try hard to speak fluently. I'm Barbara Dahm, and I'm going to tell you that that is exactly what you don't need to do. You don't need to work hard to speak fluently. What you need to do is the opposite. Give up working hard. We know that speaking is an automatic process. So when you go to therapy, don't think that you have to practice some new skill for 3 hours a day, give up your life while you're going to therapy. I think that's absolutely the opposite of what you need to do. What you do need to do is be prepared to be aware. Be prepared to be mindful. Be prepared to look at what's going on inside of you on many levels. What's going on inside of you in your thoughts? What are your fears? What feelings are you holding on to? What you need to do is be aware of how you create the block. And you do create the block inadvertently. You're not meaning to create a block, but there is something that you have to do for this block to happen. What is it? What are the differences between what you do when you're alone or talking to your pet or maybe a small child? What are the differences in the way you're speaking? It doesn't mean monitoring your speech. Monitoring your speech is monitoring an outcome. It's like wanting to shoot a golf ball and it not getting in the right place, so you spend all your time measuring the distance between where you wanted it to go and where it actually went. And you think, the distance, that's the outcome where the ball falls. It would be better to maybe understand the sense of your stroke, maybe standing in a better position, maybe using a different kind of force. Those are the things that will help you get to the result that you want to get to. So when you go to therapy, be mindful, get to know yourself. That's how I really developed this whole approach to stuttering. I did reverse engineering. I was working with people who stuttered, and I saw what they were doing, and I listened to what they were saying. And I began to realize that there are differences in their thoughts, in their approach, in their beliefs about speaking that were so different from mine. And of course, from all that I learned as a speech clinician when I was studying. So I started to understand how I could bring them to believe something different, something that was really more reality. And I started to understand how their brain was processing speech, because I sort of tried to do what they were doing. I watched how they were producing speech and listened to their explanations. And I sort of mimicked what was going on, and then I reverse engineered and said, okay, how did I do that? What was I doing to create that? How is that different than my natural way of speaking? And that's how I gained my knowledge. by seeing what works. And then, of course, by showing it to people who stutter. And if it worked, whoa, this is good. But not just for one person, for many people. And if it worked, we kept it. And if it didn't work or it was frustrating, not part of the therapy. So for anybody, whatever therapy you're going to do, you don't have to be prepared to work. Working to speak is going against the principles of normal speech production. This is not a skill you have to learn. It's something that's within you all the time. You're just interfering with it, not on purpose, of course, but interfering somehow with the normal processes that can be carried out. If stuttering were something that a person is locked into doing, then they would be stuttering all of the time. But it isn't. It's dynamic. It's changeable. So, in dynamic stuttering therapy, we look at how the process of speaking is working. And we don't learn to work hard. We learn the opposite. Give up the work. Let go. Let your natural system take over. It can really be a real pleasure to speak. If you would like more information, then look at the other videos on my channel, and you can also contact me. I'll put links below where you can contact me, and we can see how you can speak more freely. Bye for now.